Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing? It's your boy Serrano. If you're new to the crew, make sure you subscribe and get notified for more videos. If you're already part of the crew, salute. But today we're going to be talking about the Moto G Stylus. Now, what makes the Moto Moto? Now, some people might remark that it's the battery life. Some people may remark it's the gestures or the price point that they offer in the mid-range territory. Or some people may just say the stocks Android and things of that nature. It's the closest besides OnePlus and to Google. Now, if you said any one of the latter, you're correct. You know, Motorola's been around for a long time now. They've been producing really good devices. The Moto G Stylus is no exception, but this time they've threw in all of those things and compartmentalized it into the Moto G Stylus, and included in the package is a stylus as well as all those things I did mention. Now, I want to talk about this device in a little bit more detail and tell you why I think it's still a good device in 2021. And I want to give you guys a little bit of, somebody had asked me what's the best gallery app that I use, for instance. What do you think about the cameras, things of that nature, the build quality? Well, we're going to get into all of that. A lot of you probably have the Moto G Stylus. You're watching from the Moto G Stylus right now. And some of you may have other devices and you're just curious to see how this device performs after 10 months. So it was released in February 2020 of this year. A really surprising device. It came before the LG Stylo 6, which was a phone that it was kind of competing with right from the idea of having a stylus out of the gun. Now, it does have a nice stylus. It's built well. It's made of a steel material with a nice fiber tip. The phone is a plastic material. Does feel like there's some aluminum in here because it has some nice weight to it, but the frame definitely gives off some plastic polycarbonate vibes. The back is a polycarbonate material, which is really solid. Scratch prone. We do get Type-C charging on here. Headphone jack, speakers at the top. Now it doesn't have, I think this does have dual speakers. Let me just play some music, but the speakers on Moto devices always tend to sound really punchy when it comes to the sound quality. That's just something that they've always paid attention to. Yeah, I hear the speaker coming from the top of this thing, and that's just really cool. So you could get speakers from the bottom and top while you're listening to music. Everything is going to sound really immersive. If videos, music, things will sound really clear. I wouldn't recommend a person over the age of 30 going outdoors and listening to music without headphones, because then you'll get called names. That's just not cool. But definitely would recommend this device for the overall sound quality. It sounds really good. Build quality in the hand is all right too. So let's just talk about this overall phone in a little bit more detail. 192 grams of weight, meaning it's sort of a middleweight, heavyweight phone. A middle heavyweight, yeah, that's the word. But it's solid weight to it. It's not the lightest one that you'll ever pick up in your hands. 84 screen to body ratio with a punch hole cut out at the left hand top corner. You can see that dinosaur is the camera's eye. I think that's sick. So you get some customized wallpapers that you can add on here. I'll leave a link down below of a video you can watch to find some cool wallpapers with this device. 6.4 inch display, IPS display, which is going to be pretty good for most angles. Even outdoors, you could still see the screen really nicely at any angle. 19:5:9 aspect ratio. I could reach around the device pretty easily. Get to that settings button all the way across the other side of the screen. Scrolling speeds are up to par. You know, I can't lie. The Snapdragon 665 is on here. We'll get into that in a little bit, and it's a good processing chip for the price point of this device, which is around $199. I did see it on $145 on eBay, but $199 It started out at $299 at the original price point of this device. I wouldn't recommend it for that price, but $199, it's an absolute steal. And we'll get into the reasons why. A lot has to do with the cameras that record up to 4K. Action camera mode, we'll get into a little bit more detail. You do get a wide angle mode, which is only giving you video, but when you're in video, you can snap pictures while you're recording the video. I'll talk about that in a little bit. 1080 by 2300 screen display on here with a full HD display, which gets pretty bright. You get the Moto display on here, which is sort of like the always on type thing, except whenever you get a notification, it's basically you can toggle with the screen and just, you don't have to turn on the phone. You can still see what's happening right here just by long holding, and you can get to your notifications and things of that nature. So it saves you battery in a big way. One of the best displays when it comes to viewing notifications. Really beautiful display on here. It's a full screen display. I really enjoy watching content on here. I can't stress that enough. Videos, movies, 397 pixels per inch, meaning it's a high density display. We did talk about that punch hole at the top left hand corner, which is actually really nice. Now, one of the other things that they added on here besides the stylus is scratch resistant glass and Dolby Atmos, or Dolby Audio, which is not Atmos, but it's Dolby Audio, which is going to give you enhanced sound for bass. An equalizer, the Moto Audio on here, tuned by Dolby. You can customize, tailor the equalizer EQ to your own liking. I do like that. Really nice weight in the hand, like I did mention. Overall size of this device is sort of in the middle. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's actually right in the perfect range. Qualcomm Snapdragon 665, which I said before, which is going to be really good for gaming in the mid-tier price point. Call of Duty, PUBG, Gear Club, Asphalt 9, things of that nature. Everything plays really smooth. Adreno 610 series for the GPU. So it's going to give you some decent form gaming. I wouldn't recommend it playing Fortnite on high graphics, which you can't do. But I think you can play it on like low graphics and the frames will be dropping pretty rapidly, but it's playable. 128 gigabytes of internal storage on this device, which makes it really nice out the box for just adding all your apps on it. On top of it, you won't run into any issues of running out of storage, and it's expandable. You get the gyroscope, accelerometer, light sensor, proximity sensor, and fingerprint sensor. No facial recognition on this device. However, you do get a gaming mode as well. Now let's talk about the cameras. 48 megapixel on the back. It's going to be the 16 megapixel that follows it, which is a wide angle camera. We're also getting the macro camera, which is a 2 megapixel and a 3D sensor. So that's what gives the action camera its capabilities, is the 3D sensor inside of here, which is probably housed right underneath here. And then on top of that, you're getting the front-facing 20 megapixel camera. Now this phone does have 4 cameras altogether, 1, 2, 3, 4, including the one on the front. But like I said, it's going to give you some really good, pictures quality. As far as the quality, you're going to get some really nice stability on the videos as well as the pictures and video. So just something to keep in mind. 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi network as well. You do get Type-C. NFC is not on here, so just keep that in mind. And you do get voice over LTE. This phone does charge at 10 watts. Android Q on board with a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So I think this phone is really nice, and I would recommend going into the Play Store and getting this gallery app right here. And it's going to be called the Gameo Zone. I'll link it down below so you can check it out. It's basically going to be in a whole gallery for all your pictures, and you don't have to use it the Google Photos, which is sort of annoying. But let me post some pictures towards the center of the video. I'll probably just post those up right now, but hopefully you guys did find this video helpful. I'll get right back with you later, crew. Peace.